Hello, this is Archie Dunlop with Talking Astrology with Archie on Monday, March the 20th, 2023. Today, it's the first day of spring, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the first day of autumn, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. In the jargon, it's the Spring Equinox, that moment when the sun crosses the celestial equator, at least from the Earth's point of view, when the hours of day and the hours of night are equal. And it is a moment. It happens at one particular moment, 9:24 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, today, March the 20th. And we can look at that point as a point of power. It's like a gateway has opened. We can bring in the energies of the universe, and these energies of the universe are going to affect life down here on Earth. So I would suggest that at 9:24 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, that you have a moment of silence. Have a moment of quiet contemplation. Of course, that time is going to be different depending on where you are. So if you're in Moscow, for example, that would be 0:24, just after midnight on the 21st. If you were in Berlin or Paris, it would be 10:24 p.m. on the 20th. If you were in New York, it would be, I think, 5:24 p.m. But you can work it out. So at that precise moment of the equinox, when the sun crosses the celestial equator, have a moment of silence. Let the energies of the universe come in and work their magic. So from an astrological point of view, what astrologers often do is they set up a horoscope for that precise moment. So let me show you what that would look like. Okay, that's the precise moment. We can ask ourselves what is coming in, and this chart is set for London. So it depends where you are. A chart set for Moscow is going to look differently. So in terms of London, what's going on? Well, the South Node is rising. The South Node is about bad reputation. People are going to do stuff in London and also in other places where Venus is rising, for example, in France and maybe parts of Spain, where they're just going to wreck their reputation. And on the opposite side, we see Venus is setting. Venus in Taurus is setting. It's a strong Venus. So maybe from a British perspective, that suggests a young woman who does not have the country's interests in mind, someone who is perhaps undermining the country. That sounds a fairly far-fetched thing to say. We also see that the planet Uranus is making a hard aspect to the midheaven. Again, this is set for Westminster. So Uranus, perhaps the country's enemies, the country's government under pressure. Well, we know the British government is under pressure. Same with the French government. And we can see how this chart changes depending on where we are in the world. And that's where this map comes in. So this is a map of Europe for the precise moment of the spring equinox. There's London. We can see Venus on the descendant. The place that seems to have most going on is here. Prague, Vienna, maybe Munich, Central Europe, Ljubljana and Slovenia. So maybe something is going on in this part of the world. I mean, not just today, Monday, but, over the next few months. But we probably see something in the next few weeks. But that is perhaps a part of the world that we really should be looking at least in terms of Europe. This map, this program I've got, Kepler, it allows you to do maps for this precise moment, which go, we can look at the whole world. just for what it's worth, to see where the equinox is, could cause some drama. I don't know if there's anything particularly, there's there's the Mars line, but I don't see anything specific there which is of concern. People are worried about Taiwan, for example. The moon is rising in Taiwan, so that might suggest sort of a bit of popular unrest in Taiwan, maybe. But I mean, I don't think it doesn't stand out to me. But this area here, Central Europe, there may be something going on. Having said that, it is a bit hit and miss, this, but that's how we treat the spring equinox. And regardless of what exactly is going on, it is a moment of power. And so today I would just recommend that you have a quiet, thoughtful day, and you do something special on at 9:24 p.m. A quiet contemplation, on your own, close friends. Just let the energy of the universe come in and work out what it all means, and then act accordingly. So happy spring, happy equinox, and I will see you tomorrow.